Today we're discussing PCOS, symptoms, and how to seek treatment. I have been suffering from PCOS for about 6 years now, and it's still not under control, but I wanted to share some symptoms and some ways to help keep it under control for my fellow sisters out there who do suffer from PCOS. So here we go. The first one is infrequent periods. I did not have my period for about 3 to 6 months at a time when I was growing up as a teenager, and they always thought that it was just, well, I'm a teenager, so they're crazy anyways. But this continued into my adulthood, and that is how I actually got diagnosed. And honestly, PCOS is something that is hard to get a diagnosis for. So if your doctor doesn't want to test you, keep at them or go somewhere else, because getting a diagnosis or even getting tested is extremely difficult because it is hard to find, and a lot of doctors don't want to even test for it. Next is painful periods. They're intensely, the pain is intense. It is extremely intense. As soon as you can feel it coming, you have a deep cramps. Like you've heard of cramps for your period. No, these are like a million times worse. And it's because you're not actually ovulating when you're on your period, which is crazy. And sometimes you do ovulate, sometimes you don't. It just depends on who you are. Next is pain during sex. This is something you will only see if you are sexually active, but if you're not sexually active, I mean, obviously you're not going to know, but it is one of the crucial symptoms. If you do experience a lot of pain during sexual activity, consult your doctor, because it could be a symptom of PCOS. Also, unwanted hair growth. Whenever I was a teenager, I would get hair right here. Luckily, I had really fine blonde hair, so no one really saw it, but I did wax it, and I've always had thicker body hair and really fine, thin hair on my head, so it was hard for me to understand. I just thought it was typical. It's like, okay, everyone does this. But my doctor actually told me that it was not normal for me to have such thick body hair. So that's actually a symptom of PCOS. Some women have it worse, and some don't have the symptoms at all. PCOS is a disease that you don't have to have every single symptom on the list to actually have it. And that is one of the reasons why it's so hard to diagnose. Next is unexplained weight gain. I actually gained probably 150 pounds before I was diagnosed. It was just like that. I believe it was 6 months time that I went from I don't know, I was not a plus size individual really at that time. I've always had wide hips, but besides that, I was not like this huge individual. But suddenly, here I am, not being able to shop at my favorite stores, and I'm like, why? What have I done? And it was just because of my body reacting to not being treated correctly, and my metabolism slowing down. Next is trouble losing weight, because after you gain all this weight, you want to try to lose it. Well, no amount of dieting would help. And if I started working out and eating right, I would lose a little bit, but then I would plateau very quickly. And it was mainly just helping me remain the same way instead of helping me. So after a long talk with millions of doctors, not millions, but lots of doctors. Finally, I came across one that said, "Oh, I know what you need to do. No sugar at all. And if you could just, scratch off that gluten and that dairy, that would be good too." Okay, I've managed to stop drinking sodas. I have not drunk soda in months, and I don't even miss it because now if I even get a little bit of a taste, it makes me vomit. So it just tastes like acid to me now. And I'm from the South, and I have managed to completely stop drinking sweet tea. The taste of sweet tea makes me sick now, and I actually have a whole gallon and a half in my refrigerator of unsweet tea right now. Because I have fallen in love with unsweet tea because it's one of the only things I can drink. And I have not completely mastered this whole gluten thing yet. I've tried and I've failed because when you are broke and trying to go gluten-free does not help. And when your favorite food is cheese, it doesn't help to go dairy-free either because I always give in. But maybe in the distant future, I can do this. At least I cut one out, right? Okay, moving on. You have more weight around your tummy area. A lot of people gain weight, and when they gain weight, it's in their arms, in their legs, and it's properly distributed throughout your body. But I don't know if mine is or not, but I know I have a really big tummy, and it's right there around my stomach where it lays the most. So they say that this is a sign of PCOS as well. And next is infertility. A lot of people don't even get diagnosed with PCOS until they're trying to conceive, and they can't. And I was lucky enough that I got tested, and I had a female OBGYN who was just like, this is strange. You're having some strange symptoms, so I want to get you to an ultrasound tech right now. And I have friends that have went in to try to do the same thing, and they're just like, we're just going to give you a blood test and send you home because doctors don't want to test for this when they really should. That's why there's a lot of organizations out there who have started bringing in awareness about PCOS, and there's even a TV show now, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, and I love her so much. She is wonderful because you really start to understand. Because a few years ago, I didn't have to worry about going to a store and them not carrying my size, but now I go into stores that my fiance shops in and stuff, and I have to realize I can't do that anymore. I have to go to other stores like Torrid, and Deb was just going out of business, sadly, and other shops online, and I can't wear my favorite brands. Like I love Lily Pulitzer, courtesy of my best friend who got me addicted, and can't do that now. You have to be really courteous. You have to look ahead and think, okay, can I fit in to the movie theater seats? Am I going to be able to walk this much now? Because PCOS does not only affect your fertility, it also attacks your whole body. So I propose to fight and spread awareness for this disease, and I would like all of you guys to join in and let me know what you think below, and we'll get started. We're going to combat this thing, and we're going to bring awareness to everybody, and let's fight for doctors to actually help us. So women are diagnosed years ahead before they're infertile, so we could get treatment, because treatment is important, and like treatment and your diet plan is like the two things that are going to help you the most, because your body does not react the same way as everyone else's. Some people can just drop everything, go for a run, and eat healthy for a few weeks, and they can lose some weight. Us, no, that's not how it works. We have to be very regimented. We have to do certain things that others don't have to do. So if you want more videos like this, comment below, and if you want to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button down there, and you can join our psych ward here and be unique. So it's nice to see you guys. But talk.